This week on the show, we're discussing Arc Raiders, Hyrule Warriors, what games Rockstar should be making beyond Grand Theft Auto 6, The Simpsons landing in Fortnite. I know you're excited for that one, Shannon. And Metroid Prime 4's impending release. I'm your host, Ewan, joined today by my fellow gamers and co-hosts, James.
Hello.
Brody.
Hello.
We were nervous about Brody's internet. I'm going to pause your upload, good sir. And lastly, Shannon.
Hello.
Okay, can we all come off mute? Let's get strapped in here. This is the Press Start podcast, our weekly video game discussion podcast. Let's get on with the show. We have a couple of reviews to get stuck into off the bat. James, I'm going to come your way for both of them, but let's start with Arc Raiders, which landed this week. The game seemingly with the potential to be like the final nail hammered in the coffin that is Marathon. You've been playing it. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I bought this on a whim like 2 days ago because I was a bit bored and decided to give it a shot. It's pretty solid. But then I also want to clarify this. I don't play these games normally. Like, it's not a game I typically...
I was going to say, like, we would classify this as an extraction shooter, right? Like, is that the kind of game you've played much before?
I mean, the only thing I can think of, and I don't even know if this is the same thing, is Rainbow Six Extraction, and I only think it's that because it has extraction in the title. So I haven't really played... anything. I think
that fits.
I'm assuming GTFO is one. I played a few rounds of that back in the day.
Sure.
I don't know how old it is or new it is, but yeah, it's actually quite solid. There's something about it. I don't know how to quantify how I feel about it, but the vibe is just really there. Like, it's a really good vibe, really good music, incredible sound design, which I think is like super important for a game like this as well. It's just really fun, and I think you can play it with up to 3 people. I have played it across, like, solo with another person or with 2 other people, and every time it has been good. There's differences to how the game plays as well when you decide to do it that way too. So, like, if you play solo, you tend to only get put up with other solo people and stuff. So it's never too like unfair.
I was going to ask you about that because I've heard the dynamics are really different for like playing it solo versus playing it as a group. Like, I've heard solo, it's quite cooperative and more of a PvE experience. Like, people kind of buddying up a little bit
seem
more.
To just be a bit nicer because the main conceit is like, you get chucked into this big map, everyone's there, you're looting shit, but there's also computer-controlled enemies called the Ark, which are like robots and mechs and stuff. So there's something really cool about like how you kind of come together to fight the robots, because they can be quite tough to take on one-on-one. So that aspect of it is really cool. But there is still the typical online, I guess, pitfalls that you have. People do just sometimes join to grief. I will say, I feel like this game... there's not a lot of that. If you put your gun away and say, don't shoot, like, people typically don't shoot. There was one time that I was definitely being a bad guy, and I definitely got my comeuppance. So basically, I was like kind of just watching these guys like kill this giant spider, like this giant spider mech that they're really hard to kill at the point that I'm in at the game. And I ran in and took all the cool loot from the corpse of it when it died, because they were all attacking it from afar. And then obviously, like, I ran away to the elevator because, like, shit, I've got all this cool stuff I'm gonna like extract, because they couldn't have seen me because I was so far away. So anyway, like, I'm waiting at the elevator by myself, thinking I've made it. And then they came to the elevator and they realized it was me, the same guy, and obviously it was like 2 teams of 3 or 2 or something, and it was over for me. So I lost all my cool shit.
Sounds like karma caught up with you.
It did, yeah. So it's generally speaking, it is a really good game, and I think it's got the potential to have really long legs, which I think is the goal. I don't know if long legs is the goal in terms of when we talk about games like this, but yeah, I think it's got legs, full stop. I do wonder, like, long term, like, this does feel like adult Animal Crossing to me in a way, like, in that I don't really know what I'm working towards. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might be like,
okay,
oh yeah,
right.
Like, and maybe other games like this are like that. But I'm at the moment, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this to collect my bench, like to upgrade my bench. Sorry. And then I'm like, well, why am I doing that so I can upgrade my bench again. Like, I don't really know what I'm working towards, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I'm kind of just on this grind for no reason. But I know people find a lot of value in that gameplay loop, and that's probably where it might lose me long term. But so far, the combat's really fun. It just depends on who you play with too. That helps. But overall, I've had a really good time in my. I think I've clocked up 15 hours in like the last 2 days, and for me to do something like that is, for a game like this, is a pretty big win. Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, that does surprise me. And this sounds like very much like a Ewan kind of game, and like I've played games before where it does kind of lack much in the way of progression. Like I hear your point on that, although you did confuse me with the Animal Crossing reference initially. But yeah, I follow. Like the way you told that story then reminded me a lot of the enjoyment I had with DayZ, and like those kind of organic stories that came out of your interactions with other players. And I just got such a thrill of that gameplay loop that I didn't need much in the way of progression. I could just jump in and fail and bounce out and back in again. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, and I will say so when you die in this, you lose that equipment that you have, and that is the first few times that happens to me. I was very upset and didn't ever want to play it again. But I think once you you can take in Povo layouts that like they kind of they give you like a random assortment of equipment for free, so there's no like risk.
It's like kind of an economy round essentially.
Is that what? I don't know any of this lingo or terminology.
Well, it's like in like CS or Valorant or something. Okay. Like you would have a round where you save your money so that you can spend bigger in another round, right, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I just call them Povo rounds, so that's what I'm making like my Porsche people shit. Like, but yeah, and you can just keep playing that way, and it's still quite viable as well because all of the progression, it's more about weapon handling and stuff, not so much damage. It seems to be quite well tuned in that you can jump into this at any point and still enjoy it. It's not going to be like in a year's time, everyone that's on is just the sweaties and that's it.
Okay.
But the story
does it kind of like give you enough hand holding, I guess, to like get started in it, like kind of explain the mechanics of the game to you, or you just throw straight into it? There's
like a little mission at the start that's like, this is what you do.
Okay.
And this is how you find shit and stuff. And there is a lot of learning. Not a lot. I don't want to say a lot. I would say it took me about 3 to 5 rounds, I think, before I kind of understood what I was doing and what I was working towards. But overall, like it's pretty good. And the community is very good. I'm like quite impressed playing an online game at how like nice people are. I don't know if that'll last. That might change, obviously, as time goes by. But right now it's quite like if you want to have a firefight with people, you can. But generally speaking, if you put your gun down and make a gesture that you don't want to fight, people will kind of respect that, which I think is really cool. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm keen to give it a go. Brody, I would have to assume that this is your cup of tea as well. Have you given it a go yet?
First and foremost, are you reading me?
Yes.
We are. Yes, we are reading.
Okay. All right. No worries. Yeah, look, I don't typically fuck with extraction shooters so much. Like, I haven't played many of them at all. That said, how James has explained it, like, it sounds interesting enough. Whether it's one that'll get me in, it might take like a free weekend or something like that to have a crack at it, because I obviously didn't get on during any beta periods to know what it's like. But I might watch some streams or something. But effectively, I'm pretty much a full-time Fortnite boy now. So... yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm going to get back to that in a second then. Yeah, likewise, I have been watching some streams and some kind of YouTube Let's Plays of it as well. And that alone has kind of got me really keen to dive in. So, James, I'm stoked to hear that you're playing it, because I might be looking to squad up with you if you're keen.
Oh, famous last words. It'll never happen.
It is really good. I think like the world is quite... what's the word? You feel like the world is quite dangerous, and like you really have to weigh up when you want to like attack, say, one of these arcs or something, because it can turn one good run into a terrible run pretty quickly.
So are the arcs the machines? So like you're fighting them for loot? Okay, right.
Yeah. Well, you can also just go and explore for other loot. Like, so the arcs drop a specific type of thing, whereas other like buildings and locations have other specific types of loot. So, yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah, keen to check it out. Let's pivot now, though, to talk about Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, another game you've been playing, James. Is this one that you would recommend Switch owners rush out to buy?
I don't know if like you should rush out and buy it. I think it is a really cool like picture of where the Switch 2 is in terms of performance. The last one, Age of Calamity, performed pretty terribly to the point where like I didn't really play it. I was waiting for the mythical Switch Pro before I bought it, but obviously that never materialized, and an update never materialized either. But yeah, this is like it is pretty solid. I liked Tears of the Kingdom a lot. I like that world. I do think the story this tells, which is like in between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, is kind of unnecessary. But it is a canon game. Like the last game wasn't canon. It was like this kind of what if scenario, but this is actual story that kind of explores the story a little bit more and introduces new characters and stuff. But yeah, it is a like a Muso Warriors game at its heart. Like you are just like plowing down like hundreds of enemies at a time. But it's cool to be able to do that in 60 frames per second without drops. I was speaking to Harry about it. He did say he noticed some drops in handheld. I haven't quite got there yet, but I am mainly playing on on TV, so I don't know if that's a handheld thing or not. But overall, yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and it changes up the formula of those like Muso games quite dramatically and implements all of this cool shit from Tears of the Kingdom, like the Zonai bits and stuff, and you can use them in your combos and stuff, which is really cool. Yeah, it's good. And then I want to try the 2-player. I've heard it's pretty solid as well. But yeah, it's overall a really, really solid game. And I think like it's probably the third Switch 2 exclusive, I think, so far from Nintendo, if I'm correct.
Oh, is it just on the Switch 2? I thought it might have been on the original as well. Okay.
No, it's just on the Switch 2. Yeah.
Nice. I think they've actually done a pretty good job this year of like getting exclusive games out to the Switch 2, or at least games that kind of make full use of the Switch 2's power. I feel kind of like what it's been its launch year. I think it's kind of shaped up all right. And we've still got Metroid Prime, which is also in my notes to get to later in the show today as well. And I'm pleased to see the Switch selling as well as it has too. I think they announced this week that it's crossed 10 million units. So yeah, not too shabby indeed. I'm keen to stick in with the theme of what we've been playing, given that's kind of where we've ended up. So Shannon, let me ask you about Fortnite, because I've seen you back on the PlayStation spinning up Fortnite quite a bit recently. I'd have to assume it's Simpsons related. How is it? Are you enjoying them being in the game?
Well, it was Ghostface related a few weeks ago. I jumped in to buy that skin, but I don't even think I played a game. But yeah, Simpsons is here in a big way. And I think it's the Simpsons coupled with the fact that like it's totally a separate thing, right? Like you don't really need a lot of knowledge about the map. Like even certain guns, it feels like dialed back from what I understand about Fortnite. But yeah, they've done a fantastic job. Obviously, totally new map, Springfield, like some of the key landmarks from the series, characters, and like every other character you can think of from every other franchise in every other entertainment medium. And yeah, the new graphic style, which matches The Simpsons. So in terms of like what they could have done, this is like as much as they could have done. And I think there's like elements of like hit and run in there with the cars and just, it feels really, really, really good. No matter if you're just a Fortnite player with no Simpsons experience or a Simpsons fanatic that wants to just jump in and explore Springfield.
And diving back into Fortnite after what I would have to imagine it's been a pretty long time between drinks. What did you make of the game nowadays? Was it very different from how you remember it?
Well, I think zero build helps a lot because that used to be, and I think I did play it with zero build like the last time I played it. But for me, like that just makes it a lot more accessible if you're not someone who's jumping in every week, because I feel like that is the part of it that like you need to get sweaty with. Like if you don't know how to build, you're not winning, like rarely ever. So I feel like this at least gives you a leg up. But apart from that, I feel like there's more shield variants and like a couple of different things, but it feels like the good old classic Fortnite experience. Again, I haven't played anything else in the last like 4 or 5 years, so I don't know how it compares to like a regular map, but the fact that it's smaller, 80 players, more basic and dialed in, I think it feels really, really good, to be honest. I think they're going to get a lot of people back in or in for the first time.
Well, yeah, Brody, you've also been diving back in as well, which surprised me to hear. But I take it you've been enjoying the Simpsons edition as well?
Yeah, as someone who doesn't so much have a history with Fortnite, but I obviously grew up watching like the first 15 years of The Simpsons. Like this season has, obviously got me into the game. Like I'd played it very casually, probably, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago with, I think, you guys maybe. And I haven't really played it since. Like I jumped on a week or two ago to try and pick up like the Power Ranger skins that they had, but that was mostly playing festival and stuff. So I thought, no, I'll never play the actual battle royale again. I didn't think so. But Shannon obviously wrote me in, and we played the first night, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like to his point, like the absolute fan service and care, like into like giving something to Simpsons fans like this, like that is just so chock full of references that like you'll obviously pick up from the show if you've watched it. Like it's really just fun just running around the map and seeing all the references and stuff like that. Like you can walk up to a payphone and crank call Mo, and like it's like all voice lined just through the other end and stuff like that. It's very cool, and I'm keen to see how they develop on the season throughout the month. Like it's a shame that it is only a month. Like it's blown up so big. Like I'd love to see them like extend it, but I guess it being limited is what makes it kind of special as well.
I reckon they could, just because it is a separate thing. I don't know why they couldn't keep it as. I mean, again, I haven't been following Fortnite, so I don't know how many of these like limited time modes there are. But surely it could stick around.
I hope so, because I mean, I find it a lot of fun. Like I played it last night with my auntie, which is like the weirdest sentence that I never thought I'd say. Like she plays
big
Fortnite really. Kel. She plays Fortnite pretty regularly with a friend of hers, so she asked me to play last night, and and she's a big Simpsons fan, so she's absolutely loving it. But
nice.
It's just weird. It's bringing families together, bringing friends
I have to
together.
ask, because I've seen the memes. Are like 90% of people in a server playing as Marge? Is
Marge
that the thing?
Marge is the first character you unlock in the battle pass, so.
Oh, okay, right.
There's not a heap of Simpsons because both are in the battle pass. You don't get anything obviously without the battle pass. It's surprising me how little Simpsons characters there are running around. To be honest,
true.
To unlock
And
skin.
that,
so is it just Marge and Bart? Is it the two of them?
Homer.
Well, Bart
and Homer and Ned are later on.
Yeah,
You can get
okay.
Rusty tomorrow.
well, and you can get like the Blinky Fish and stuff like that, like little weird ancillary characters. But and I think Krusty comes in tomorrow, to your point, and there'll be like Mo later in the season and stuff like that. So they'll definitely keep adding them.
Okay, so it sounds like it's keeping your attention for the next month then, if you're going to be keeping
think so.
around to get all these new character drops.
I'm going to be getting through this battle pass. I can guarantee.
Yeah. For me, it's just like, if you had to play building, I don't think I would last long. Because again, I just feel like there's nothing worse than making it through and then just being, I'm not a builder. It's too
Shot
many
on
things
by
in
someone
my brain.
from the sniper tower. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just feels like you have like obviously there's still a lot of skill involved, but it just feels like you have a shot.
There was a time, and I'm not going to pretend like I was a pro Fortnite player, but there was a time where I could kind of keep up a little bit with the building, but I do not have it in me nowadays. I'm a zero build kind of guy nowadays. I don't know how I ever did the builds and the edits and all of that. It's not in me anymore. All right, I have an unpopular gaming opinion for you all. This week it comes the way of GTA and Red Dead Redemption writer Dan Houser, who did not write into the show, but instead gave an interview with Lex Friedman saying that Agent was scrapped because open-world spy games don't work. He added, quote, "What makes them really good as film stories makes them not work as video games." James, do you have an opinion on this opinion? Do you think spy games just don't work in an open world?
I mean, maybe, I guess. I feel like Watch Dogs. I know that Watch Dogs isn't a spy game, but there's a lot of spy elements in that.
Gadgetry and
kind
so
of
on.
more vigilante, I guess. Was
It's
that?
also like you don't have to fucking make an open world game like every time, babe. Like, do you know what? Like, just make it like Manhunt was one of my favorite Rockstar games, and that wasn't open world at all. But anyway, I think maybe sure, but I think that would be what would be exciting about a project like this is that the scope and the breadth would be unlike anything we'd ever seen, and so like I think
He did make a point that there's kind of like an urgency to spy movies, and the spy's got to be there, and then they've got to race here and do this and all of that. So,
But that's
he's
just a mission.
sort of saying that
Like-
you kind of need to let players kind of go about things at their own time and their own pace, as opposed to.
I agree with that, but you can just bake that into the mission. Like, be like, okay, cool, we're going to wait for an update from our handler or some shit, and then you can go do whatever you want until you've done a few missions, and then something else pops up.
Like,
there's just so
okay,
many
we
ways.
need to do some investigation, or I don't know, something like that.
I would argue there's plenty of instances in like Grand Theft Auto games where there's been urgency within the narrative. And like it hasn't felt odd or out of place. The fact that you've just come from spending 3 hours doing taxi missions or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's just you suspend your disbelief for so much with Grand Theft Auto. Like, why does it have to be so on point with it just because it's a secret agent game? I don't quite understand that. But
I also think like a game like, say, as an example, Obsidian did Alpha Protocol back on 360, and that was quite a solid spy RPG. It was kind of like Mass Effect, but you're a spy, and mechanically it was pretty awful. Like, it was not 100% well done in terms of the combat and such, but just the way that game was structured in terms of missions and safe houses and contacts and going between different areas, because it was a jet setting spy adventure. That's a really good like blueprint almost for something that somebody with a lot more money and time could easily turn into something special. So I completely disagree. He's wrong. Like, sorry.
He has no idea what he's talking about.
No, he has no idea.
I'm not convinced it's
a
sufficient enough reason to cancel Agent. It could have just been one of many issues with the game, I suppose.
Yeah, of course.
But
I'm sure there were a lot of issues, but I do think like if that was the main issue, like I said, we don't need every game to be this big GTA epic. So
I agree, and I think like Rockstar do make fantastic open world games, and they're kind of like developed the reputation for doing so, and people would probably expect that of them nowadays. But I'm not wedded to it. Like, I wouldn't mind them kind of doing something a little bit more linear, or maybe even like kind of hub world sort of orientated. Like, you have those kind of semi-open zones kind of thing. But like Red Dead, I mean, what kind of lost my interest a little bit in Red Dead was just the pace of it, and like having Red Dead 2 specifically, I should say, having to ride from one town to the next. And I know that's kind of the shtick of the game, and some people love that, just like riding through the wilderness and really leaning into that sort of Western fantasy. But it didn't do a lot for me, and if I could have just skipped from like get story beat to story beat, I'd have been pretty content with that. So I don't know, each their own, but I don't think Rockstar should necessarily restrict themselves to just doing open world games. Shannon, haven't let you get a word in yet, though. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I definitely think with Rockstar specifically, would just love more games at this point, whatever that is. Table tennis. Like, I'm still like fearful of GTA next year and that slipping again. And I just
getting
think
delayed
it's
again.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I just think that there's so much riding on that game for not only Rockstar and GTA, but the entire industry. So I just don't think it's going to come out a day earlier than it has to. But yeah, I think, I'm all for it. I think they're a talented studio, and I think we've all spoken about like how like smaller experiences aren't a bad thing, like your Miles Morales type game. So yeah, we don't know enough about GTA to actually like comment on what that is at this point, but I would be all for it. Like, more Rockstar goodness, because the world building that they do is just better than anyone else.
Yeah. Let me ask you this as well, because you also added into the interview that GTA was inherently an American kind of, or influenced by American culture, and therefore wasn't adaptable to kind of like other locations, other cities, other countries, that kind of thing. Do you sort of agree with that assessment, or would you love to see like a GTA set in London, like proper? I know there was like an expansion or something.
And Tokyo, I think there's like a DS one. I mean, with the rate they're putting them out now, I think you'd want it to be in America, because I think like that is, if you're getting one every 15 years, like you probably want it to be in America. But I think, again, that is where they could do smaller stories, right? And just like, it doesn't have to be this 10-year project, 100 hours. I think it could be a smaller GTA like experience. Like, they've done it before and it's been great, so why not? But in saying that, why it doesn't have to be GTA, right? I think anything with Rockstar on it at this point is going to be successful. Like, that is just a fact. So I think maybe that is true with GTA, but why can't it be literally anything else?
again, I do kind of see his point. Like, he kind of pointed to the fact that guns are so pervasive in America, which is kind of a unique thing to America. But also the larger-than-life characters that you get. But I still sort of feel that if you're dialing into kind of criminal activity, like, you can kind of find a way to incorporate guns in there in most countries in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I think it's not even out of the question that, like, you could have something that felt very GTA-like set in Australia. But certainly, like, maybe
Underbelly
the UK
badness.
or Japan, or yeah, exactly. You certainly get larger-than-life characters here as well, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I would still like to see a GTA set in another country. James, you look deep in thought. Did you have a thought on this?
Not really. I feel like, I mean, I think the what Grand Theft Auto is in terms, I feel like it's a send up of American culture in a lot of ways, right? Like I feel like that's always been the thing. But then other games like Sleeping Dogs, I feel like co-opted that formula into, I think it was Hong Kong, like pretty well. So I don't think it's essential that they have to be set in America. But yeah, sure, why not? They should do. Yeah, I would love for them. Like, I just think about Rockstar when I was growing up, and it was like table tennis, Manhunt, the Warriors. They had like a lot of
there was like
kind of
5
mix.
GTA games in like 7 years or something as well.
Yeah,
like,
and they had like a
more
lot of
in that
Bully.
period than the last 15.
Bully. That was the other one I was trying to think of. Bully as well. They just had a lot of cool little
Midnight
experiences. Yeah, not so much for me, but happy for you. But
I never played it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame. And then I've even like Red Dead to a certain extent. Like, I feel like Max Payne. I forgot about Max Payne. Yeah, like I don't.
Death Rally.
Okay.
Was that
Let's
them?
move on. No,
remember.
I think
Are
that's
we including
I think
like
that's
Undead Nightmare?
that's Remedy.
It's just like something a little left field as
And,
well.
and wasn't Max Payne Remedy? They did Max Payne
yes,
3.
that's what I said. Yeah, the first.
Yeah.
They did. I think they did all of them, didn't? Oh, wait, no, they published anyway. Max Payne 3
Anyway.
was their game anyway. My
Yes.
point is, they had a big breadth of experiences, whereas the last decade has just been GTA 5, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't help but be bored by that. And I understand not everyone is like that. Everyone loves GTA 5 and their shark cards and all that shit. But
I was going to say, online, I think, has been a major factor. Just
Correct.
like how popular that has been over such a long period of time.
Even
has kind
like-
of meant that they've needed to direct some attention towards that. And it's been such a money earner for them. Like, oh my
GTA
God.
like has transformed what like there used to be DLC for the games when DLC was
Yeah.
a thing, right? And now like that has almost been issued in favor of say GTA Online updates. So
Good
Live
DLCs
service,
too.
baby.
Great DLCs.
well, yeah, like the Lost in the
Ballad of
Damned
Gay
and the Ballad of Gay
Tony, Lost in
Tony.
the
They're both
Damned.
very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Alas, perhaps no more. We've been going back and forth in the group chat over the last couple of days talking about Metroid Prime 4 and I guess like Nintendo's effectiveness at like drumming up the hype for the game by way of their marketing. Shannon, is it fair to say that you're like a little skeptical at this point of just how interested kind of general gamers seem to be in this game?
in GTA.
No,
Metroid,
sorry, I'm
mate.
pivoting to Metroid. Did I say
Metroid.
Metroid?
Yes,
Yeah, you
you
did.
yes.
Okay.
I thought it was still yeah. I don't think. I mean, Metroid's never been tier 1, right? I think this was kind of the moment for it to potentially go there. I'm not surprised because I don't feel like Nintendo's put its best foot forward with it ever. Like, and I don't think putting a trailer on YouTube on a random Wednesday is really gonna fix that.
I feel like I'm just stirring up some unnecessary beef between James and Shannon right now. I'm sorry. I immediately regret this topic.
we're agree. I agree. This trailer was better. Like, it's not like only us like are gonna find it because it's not in a direct or anything. So like, it's
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter for the sake of the game, in my opinion, how good this trailer is because only the people that are interested are gonna find it. Which is the weirdness around the game in general, which James will agree with, unless he's had a major.
I will
life change
say,
in the last
like,
hour.
it does. I'm keen for Metroid Prime 4. Like, I want that on the record. I'm very, very excited for this game. That being said, it doesn't really feel like Nintendo's rolling out the red carpet for it in the same way that they might, like, a Zelda or a Mario
Or even
what
Kirby Air
really-
Riders.
So on that
Kirby
though,
Air Riders. Yeah.
yeah. On that though, I think even though obviously Metroid is like probably my favorite Nintendo property. It has never been a massive seller compared to the rest. I almost don't know why they keep it on their slate. I'm glad they do. But it never, I don't think it's ever pulled double, like say at least, well, I could be wrong. I've got to quickly fact check myself. But I don't think it's ever hit, any game has hit 10 million units.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I don't think 10 million.
I reckon that's a fair guess.
I think
Isn't
Dread was
now like the highest?
Dread got pretty close, and that was obviously on a console that was did really well. I'm just pulling it up. So Dread is at about 3 million, and that would have cost a lot less to make because obviously it is a 2D game. There is some really good production value there, but yeah, it's just
I say oof, it's nothing to scoff at, but I guess in real comparison to other big Nintendo releases,
I think Nintendo has a very different plan for Metroid compared to their other properties, and I do think that is because it inherently does not appeal to everybody. I don't think it is a game for everybody like Mario, Pikmin, and Zelda are. So I'm not too worried. I mean, I will admit I am worried. Full stop. About that bike is just awful. But I think this last trailer.
Before you move on, I think if Metroid was ever going to be relevant, it's this is a mature game from Nintendo that's 4K and it actually uses the mouse controls really well as well. So I think there is good reason for them to put it on the map.
There was part of me that was thinking,
the map is nowhere to be seen.
There was part of me that's thinking, do they just have the blueprint for marketing family games? They've done that day in, day out. They know how to do it. It's just kind of a matter of, all right, let's kick into gear for this next one. Whereas Metroid, something that's kind of inherently a bit more targeted towards an adult gamer, they kind of don't have the same rhythm for, and therefore don't necessarily know what to do with. Or is it, and to James's point, I think, is it just a matter of, this is a smaller audience, we know they're going to buy it, we don't need to do an awful lot other than let them know that it exists, and we'll sell what we need to sell. Let's not going to waste the marketing money.
I do think Dread, I feel like there was a lot more, I felt a lot more confidence from Nintendo in the way that they marketed Dread compared to how they're marketing Prime 4. And I can't, I feel like the trailers
being much for it either, but
the trailers for Dread were just a lot more exciting, and there was a lot of treehouse deep dives and stuff. And I feel like it was just a generally better slate of announcements and reveals. Whereas with this, it does feel very much like it's being swept under the rug. I can't help but feel, I mean, it's been in development for a decade almost, right? And restarted at least once that we know of. I can't help.
Forget that.
I can't help but feel, I feel like every game that has a story like that doesn't turn out good. But if there is a team who I think who can turn it around, I do think it would be Retro and Nintendo. But yeah, I do think this latest trailer, besides the bike stuff, looked like a lot more of what we like about Metroid Prime. It is those very atmospheric locations, very alien worlds, and some cool but not cool combat that's not the focus, and that's never what Prime has been about. Prime has always been a first-person adventure, not a first-person shooter. So I'm it's kind of nuts to say it's less than a month away, but I'm keen to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's I think it's going to land at the right sort of time as well. I'm eager to hopefully see it all come together. All right, I have a rapid fire question for you all before we get to What the Wiki. The PlayStation Portal now officially supports full cloud streaming, just not in Australia. Bit of a footnote, but elsewhere in the world. Shannon, would you stream your games? Would you own a PlayStation Portal just for streaming your games?
I don't think so, to be honest.
No.
I think there's enough handhelds that play most games now to the point that it's not that big of a deal for me.
Have I
think
streamed
we should
games
have it
in the past?
Australia.
Yes. Is it my preferred way to play games?
I'm more likely to stream a game on my monitor or TV, built in, than this, I think.
Yeah.
But I think we should have the functionality.
Brody?
In Australia.
It's a no from me, no.
James?
No.
Nice. Good effective rapid fire that. Let's play What the Wiki, the Press Start podcast game show where the previous week's winner reads part of a Wikipedia page for an unknown game, and we, the contestants, must guess the game. A point is awarded for each correct guess, with the round concluding after someone's bagged themselves 2 points. Last week, that was Shannon pipping me to the post. Actually, I think you might have got 3 points. Did you clean sweep it last week?
No, I think
Did
you
you get the
cheated.
bonus
Me out of
point?
a point from memory.
You haven't got a point.
Okay. Alrighty. You are currently in 4th place. You did close the gap. You're on 26 points. I'm in 3rd on 31 points. Brody is in 2nd on 32. And James, you are in the lead on 34. But that could all change today. Shannon, as last week's winner, you are today's host. Take it away when you're ready.
Let's do it, gang. Reading off
so
the
ready.
pages, which always goes well with
Oh
me.
no, just don't
Excited.
mention the name of the game.
The game
Will
was
do.
developed by Radical Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts with a development time. Yeah.
Time splitters.
No.
It's not radical.
Don't interrupt me.
Oh, really? That's
James.
Okay. Sassy.
With a development time of 12 months.
James.
Oh, yes,
James John.
James.
Is it The Simpsons Hit and Run?
Oh.
No, it's not James.
Damn it.
Oh.
The
Do I take a
PlayStation
punt?
2 version was released first on November 19th, 2001, and the Xbox and GameCube versions followed in December. The cast of the TV show reprised their roles
James,
for the
can
game.
I come back?
Voice.
Oh.
Nah, it's not the end of the paragraph.
Oh, no. That is clearly... That's
Ewan
so
has a
unfair.
guess. Ewan gets a free guess.
Did you say 2001?
Yeah.
Is it just the Simpsons game?
No.
No, okay. I was going to say the movie
The
game.
cast
That's
of
far
the TV
too
show
early.
reprised their
Can
roles
I-
for the game's voice samples.
Are we just not going to let me
Yes,
buzz in?
go.
Okay.
Yeah. He doesn't want to give you the point.
Is it The Simpsons Road Rage, Shannon?
Oh.
It is The Simpsons Road Rage. Well done. Game number 2.
It's so
The game is a city building game for iOS and Android,
Oh,
which
shit.
allows
Brody.
users to create and main.
Oh.
Yes, I need the full name.
Hey, you guys are clued into a theme here, aren't you?
Is it
Oh,
The
babe,
Simpsons
come
tapped
on.
out?
Is it just Simpsons games? I don't know Simpsons games.
I don't know what Brody said. It's hard enough.
Sorry,
said-
I'll
he
stop
said-
talking.
He said
let me go
tapped
again.
out.
The Simpsons tapped out.
It is The Simpsons tapped out. Well done, Brody.
I'm falling behind here. Where's the SpongeBob round?
Mate.
This is
Ugh.
during matches. Characters have a health meter that
James.
drains
Brody.
as they perform special. Yeah.
I hate this.
Simpsons Wrestling. It was his name.
He's mad.
He's trying to work
What
out.
did you say?
I said
Was
Simpsons,
that an-
Simpsons Wrestling.
I'm trying to see what mental gymnastics
Brody.
he's doing
Yeah,
here
yeah,
before
literally.
giving you
It
the
is.
point.
It's
The
The
Simpsons
Simpsons
Wrestling.
wrestling, but I'll give it to you. Crucial. Well done. What a fun round for all.
Truly.
Ewan. I did have the Simpsons game there and dropped it off, so that's sad for you, Ewan.
Well,
I think I'm
Shannon,
going to a Simpsons trivia next week. So this does not bode well for me.
Do you have a
There's
team
been
name
a lot
yet?
of
Unfortunately, I'm
Simpsons
going
game.
with Simpsons fans.
Do you have a team name?
Do you guys want to come?
Let's all go.
No. What would you recommend?
I went to a Simpsons trivia night, and our name was Dr. Nick Triviera,
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic.
Which is very good. What
Dr. Nick
what's his
Riviera.
actual last name?
Riviera.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Oh, my God. Don't go, Ewan. If you don't know that.
You don't even know
one.
who fucking Nick
Like-
Riviera is. You are.
I know Dr. Nick. But I
okay.
didn't know what his surname was. Is that common knowledge?
Just call, yes. Just call your name like the Flaming Hose. That's good.
That's not bad.
That's a good
That's not
idea.
bad.
Shannon, I prepared a Simpsons-themed trivia round for you.
I forgot about
Oh,
this.
so funny.
On the same wavelength. So 3 categories, very simple. Category 1 is The Simpsons Road Rage. Category 2 is Simpsons Hit and Run. And category 3 is The Simpsons Game.
Simpsons game would be
I'm
good.
going to say the
Just glad the
Simpsons
Simpsons
run.
game exists.
What a game that
Should
was.
go the game.
It was really good.
I'm going to do multiple choice, but you only get one guess. That's fair, right?
Yeah.
Simpsons Hit and Run. Shannon, for 1 point. What tainted product drives the main alien conspiracy across Springfield? Is it Duff Dry, the Squishy Supreme, Buzz Cola, or Flaming Mo?
I've locked in my
Squishy
answer.
Supreme.
I would have said the same.
I would have
It's
said
not.
Duff.
or
It's-
or flaming mode.
Is it
So
Buzz
okay,
Cola?
you're all wrong. It was Buzz Cola.
What was the question of the Simpsons
no
game?
bonus point for Shani.
The
I want to know
Simpsons
the
game.
Simpsons game one.
Oh, that was boring. Who developed this game?
Oh, fuck, who knows?
EA.
It is EA, but who? Which EA? That's a James
EA.
question.
Ugh. I don't know any
I
EA
did-
teams.
Visceral.
I did a hit. Yeah, actually, that's correct. So they were Redwood
Oh.
Shores, but they became Visceral. So you were right.
Wow.
Shannon.
1 point for Shani.
No. Not at all.
Do we want the Road Rage trivia question?
okay,
while we're
sure.
here?
Why
Yeah.
not? Simpsons Road Rage. Where did I write this one?
I mean, you've written it, so we may as well dig it out. And I'm getting the practice for next week.
They're not going to talk about any of this.
They
In
might
which-
do.
In which mode
trivia
can
host
you
a big
freely explore Springfield without fares or a countdown timer? Mission
Free
mode,
roam.
time trial, endurance, or Sunday drive?
Endurance.
Sunday Drive.
It is Sunday Drive.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, let's go. With that, let's bring an end to what was this week's episode of the Press Start podcast. Subscribe to us on Listener or the podcast service of your choice. Follow us at press.au and visit the site at pressstart.com.au. We've been joined today by James.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at JamesATJMZ and on Blue Sky under my name.
Also joining us today was Brody.
Thank you. You can follow me on most things at Brody_DG.
And hey, Brody, the internet held up pretty well today. It was a little rocky at the start, but we came good.
Yeah. Cool.
And last but not least, there was Shannon.
Yeah, you can follow me at Shannon Grixty.
And I've been your host, Ewan. You can follow me on socials at Ewan_Roxborough. Thanks again for tuning in. And until next time, happy gaming.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao, Bella.